We're going to open up the evening with this fantastic song, and we know you all know it. I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them bring me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the storm's world's gonna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown him out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. Hey, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Oh yeah. Yay! There's a sound limiter here, so I was too loud maybe, they stopped us. Should we do it again?
Let's do it again!
Yay! Sing with us, okay? I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them bring me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the storm's world's gonna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown him out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets sharpest words gonna cut me down. I'm gonna send the flood, I'm gonna drown him out. I am Bruce, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I'll make your party sing it. This is me. This is me. I am Bruce, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Yeah, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I don't care to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. This is me.
Please welcome to the stage tonight's event organisers, Tracy Warfel and Claire Gilbert.
Hello! Good evening. How are you doing? It's live. It's what happens when it's live. Thank you so much for your patience, and we wish Katie a really speedy recovery. It's so fantastic to be back here. It's our 6th Norfolk Care Awards, and I can just say you all look absolutely amazing. I'm sure you really share our excitement for the evening ahead. Eventful already. What a year it's been, with many changes and opportunities, and tonight's celebration is really just the tip of the iceberg, underpinned by months of nominations, shortlisting, verification, and then of course judging. We remain really proud of the vigorous process that is the Norfolk Care Awards.
Well, the process, it wouldn't go ahead without the commitment and the support from all of our sponsors, who we thank for continuing to believe in the importance of the Norfolk Care Awards. And we are delighted to welcome new sponsors this year and hope that you can see the value that this recognition brings to social care. And we look forward to your support in future years. So a big thank you also goes to our judging panels, who once again had a very difficult time deciding on the winners. Everyone here tonight is so worthy of being on that shortlist, being a shortlisted finalist. So one of the criteria for nominations is providers must be rated good or outstanding by CQC. And this year we are delighted that we have a number of shortlisted finalists who have been rated outstanding. Yay! Which is absolutely fantastic, because we always hear about the negative. And so we've got some great care happening in Norfolk. So these organisations, that's Westfield, Ford Place Nursing Home, Meadow House, Chiswick House. And also we want to give a mention to Lloyd Court, because they have an outstanding in care in that key line. Key line of inquiry. I'd also like to thank our team, because behind the scenes, a lot actually goes on to put this night together. So that's Caroline and Linda, who we really couldn't do this event without them. And we'd also like to thank White Media, Dan and Joe, who do all the camera work for us, and all the team here at Sproulston Manor.
As care professionals, we all recognise the importance of our profession and the wonderful sector we work in. We have to work hard to promote and defend our care sector and continue to believe that we can rewrite the stars and that anything is possible. It is up to us all to highlight that at every opportunity, the incredible work done day in and day out, often in the face of what we know as some very challenging circumstances. I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone in the room when I say we are proud to work in social care in Norfolk, and it's only right that we're here to celebrate excellence. While we are here and able to celebrate, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everybody in Norfolk who's currently working and providing care to the people we support. Our sector doesn't stop. So, keep being you, keep up your passion and your commitment to treat people as people. And good luck to you all. Let's have fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's host for the Norfolk Care Awards 2019, the Reverend Richard Coles.
Dearly beloved. Very good evening, everybody. How are you doing? It's lovely to be with you. Lovely to be with you back in Norfolk. I first came here, I think. It was a BBC Summertime special in Great Yarmouth, presented by Mr. Roland Ratt. It was a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen, back in the days before I was doing this, when I was weirdly, bizarrely mixed up in pop music, becoming the most unlikely and undeserving pop star of the 1980s. Faint glimmer of recognition from some of you there. I have some things I need to tell you about, ladies and gentlemen, and they're these. I'm delighted to be the Master of Ceremonies for the Norfolk Care Awards this evening, not least because it's fun to be here and because I've been standing outside with the smokers hearing all the gossip. But also because I'm someone who works in an overlapping world, not only in my parish, but also I saw my mum today and left her in the care of carers who take care of her, make her life livable, not just livable, make her life fulfilled and enjoyable when it might not otherwise be. And you also took great care of my dad too, who had Parkinson's. So thank you from me for everything that you do. Oh, thank you. I should also, on behalf of the organisers, like to welcome you all most warmly, and a special welcome to those from the Norfolk County Council, to councillors Sheila Gurney, Mike Sands, Penny Carpenter, Hayden Thurtle and James Bullion, who's the Director of Adult Social, there's a word left, I think it's Adult Social Care, but a very warm welcome to you too. We have also two people, oh, I've got this in the wrong order, but never mind. Two people from the national scene who are important to you too. Nadra Ahmed, OBE, from the National Care Association, and Jan Burns, MBE, the National Dignity Council. So a big welcome to them as well. You may be wondering why indeed you did get a vicar tonight to present this thing. Well, I'll tell you partly why. That I stand before you today, middle-aged, bit thick, greying, fat, slightly dodgy vicar. It's true. But 30 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, I was number one. The frankly incredible reason for that was that I found myself in the 1980s in a pop band, the Communards, which had our 15 minutes, thank you very much, 15 minutes of fame that time ago. Well, to give you an idea of the sort of passage of time since then, I'm now vicar of Findon, which is a little town in Northamptonshire, 4,500 people. I've been there for 9 years. And we have a Church of England primary school. So when I arrived 9 years ago, I thought I'd go in and say hello to the children, the teachers and the staff. So I turned up, this little boy ran up to me and he went, "Oh, you're the new vicar." And I said, yes. He said, "You was in that band." And I said, yes. He said, "That was my nan's favourite band." And there was some other confusion too. When you get a new parish, you turn up, so you get sort of 2 weeks to move into the vicarage before you actually have to turn up in church. So you're there but not yet on duty. Gives you a chance to settle in, gives your new parishioners a chance to walk past the vicarage and have a look over the fence. And I was in the garden one day and this face appeared over the fence, little white-haired, apple-cheeked old lady, and she said, "Oh, are you the new vicar?" And I said, "Yes," and she said, "You're not what we thought you were." I thought you weren't supposed to be copied into that email, madam. But I said, "What did you think I was?" She said, "Well, we thought you were black." I said, "Black?" And she said, "Weren't you in the Commodores?" So if you're expecting Lionel Richie this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry you're going to be disappointed. I do know this, but I grew up in Northamptonshire, where I'm vicar now, and like most people in Northamptonshire, holidays meant one word, and that word was 2 words actually, sunny honey. So every holiday, thank you very much, Hunstanton we came to. I grew up in a world of shoemaking, which is what we did in Northamptonshire in those days, and the reason why I do what I do now really goes back to then, because I was a chorister when I was a kid. So I was sent off to school, we had a chapel and a choir, and that was where I first started making music and getting involved in the church stuff. Life sort of spooled on a little bit. When I got to teenagehood, things went a little bit awry. I should have gone into the shoe industry like everybody else, but there was no shoe industry to go into, so I didn't. And the other thing that happened was in 1978, I realised that I was gay. I know, imagine that. You're reeling with surprise. All I'll say is that discovering that you were gay in Kettering in 1978 did not suggest a life rich in opportunity lay dead ahead. There was a unisex hair salon called Michael in Dalkeith Place, where you got a sponge finger with your mellow birds, but apart from that, please. I'm sensing there are a lot of people with a nursing background in the crowd tonight. Thank you very much. And I kind of realised that life was going to take off for me elsewhere. So I escaped to London, and I did that in a rather unusual way. I got run over. I really was run over 2 days after my 18th birthday. On the bike I got for my 18th birthday, run over by a bloke in a van. The silver lining to that cloud, ladies and gentlemen, criminal injuries compensation. 2,000 quid. I was 18, it was 1980. What would you do? First thing I did was get my ears pierced. Second thing I did was buy a bottle of TCP to deal with the consequent infection. And the third thing I did was arrive in London. 1980, London, what an exciting place to be. I was ill-prepared, I have to say, from my middle-class, Middle English background, for the reality of life in the seamy underbelly of a dirty big city. I answered an ad in a paper, got a flat share in King's Cross. Not then the glossy zone of enterprise it is today. Well, it was a zone of enterprise. But anyway, my first day, moved into the flat. I remember it was on the corner of the Caledonian Road and the Pentonville Road, right in the kind of seediest corner of that district. And I remember suddenly looking out and I said to my new flatmate, "Why are all those ladies waiting for a bus? There's no bus stop there." "Oh, it's all right, someone's offering them a lift." So eventually the penny dropped of the reality of life lived in those streets. What an exciting place it was. 1979, Margaret Thatcher's first government came in. There she was in the Houses of Parliament. Across the River Thames, there was Red Ken Livingstone at County Hall, the last fortress of local government. As you can imagine, it was a real battlefield between those two. And if you were young and you were gay, well, it was the most exciting place to be. There were pubs and clubs, places to go, an identity to make up. And my good fortune continued when I met another gay runaway, not like me from Middle England, but from a very tough working-class background in tenement Glasgow, and his name was Jimmy Somerville, who was to become my partner in music and crime, variously, one kind or another, in the years to come. Jimmy, like me, as I said, a runaway too. I remember saying to him, "Why did you come to London?" And he said, "Well, I had to escape Glasgow because people discovered I was gay." And I thought there'd be some terrible story of revelation or something, but actually it turned out that he was the only boy in his class who bunked off to watch the Bay City Rollers open a carpet shop. So That was his excuse anyway. So he came to London, I came to London, we kind of found our feet in this exciting new world. And then one of the things that happened was Jimmy formed a band. Now, those of you, if you knew Jimmy, he had this really gruff-speaking Glaswegian voice with a thick accent. I'd known him for 6 months before I understood a word he said, but that was kind of not a problem. But when he sang, what came out was this extraordinarily beautiful, high-pitched male falsetto voice. I was going to say as pure as a choir boy, but there any resemblances between Jimmy and a choir boy end. But the minute you heard that voice, you realised it was something special. And I remember hearing it for the first time. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And I realised that this was someone who had something really unique to offer. A band happened, Bronski Beat. They did one gig. They were signed the next day by a record company. They were in the studio within a week. 3 weeks later, they produced a single called Small Town Boy, straight to the top of the charts. One of those amazing instant transformations. I remember walking down the road, seeing in the newsagents The Enemy, and there was Jimmy's face on the front of The Enemy. I was on the dole at the time, ladies and gentlemen, and living in what estate agents call West Hampstead, what everybody else calls Kilburn. But anyway, Jimmy phoned me up one day and he said, do you want to come and play saxophone in Bronski Beat? I looked at my crowded schedule and thought, what am I going to do? Live in a squat and sign on the dole, or go and join a chart-topping band? Ladies and gentlemen, I chose the latter option. And found myself in Bronski Beat. And again, that sort of strange, extraordinary instant transformation of being in a pop band happened. I was just there to play saxophone, but pretty soon Jimmy and I realised that we wanted to form our own band, a new band, the Communards. And we decided we were going to bring down Margaret Thatcher by doing covers of 70s disco classics. Where is she now? Quite an ambitious proposal, I have to say, in the early 1980s, but there you go. And so we launched ourselves into pop music, the unlikeliest pop stars of all. It was a very different world then. In the 1980s, of course, the record industry was awash with money because people bought records. Do you remember vinyl? Do you remember saving up to get your record from a chart return shop? And because people sold vinyl, they sold a premium on that, and money kind of sluiced through the system. So it was a good time to be in a band. And for that reason, when you signed a major record deal, they were exceptionally generous to you. You got a sort of golden hello, a magnificent present to welcome you to this club. And so they said to me, well, most people would ask for, I don't know, a sports car or a motorbike or something like that. But nobody told me about this. And when they said to me, what would you like? I said, we want to give you a big present to say hello. I thought about it and decided that what I really wanted more than anything else was a washer-dryer. And that's what I got. Ferrari, Ducati, Zanussi. Most durable thing I ever got from pop music, apart from bilateral tinnitus, but there you go. And so that was me, all of a sudden launched a very unlikely pop star, ill-prepared. I was just completely ill-prepared for that. But nevertheless, it happened. Because I managed to hitch my wagon to an exceptionally talented person like Jimmy Somerville, that hauled me into a degree of success which I certainly didn't deserve. We had the biggest record of 1986 with Don't Leave Me This Way. Still played. I got a royalty statement from Ecuador for 64 pence last quarter. It's still being used in the Pilates class in Quito. Thank you very much, ladies of Ecuador. And all of a sudden, found myself doing this extraordinary thing. There we were. I'd been on the dole. The next thing I knew, we were flying around the world and staying in posh hotels, making records, doing gigs, all the kind of exciting things that you do in a band. We weren't really, I have to say, the most rock and roll of pop band. I remember we had a bass player called Dave. And we were in a hotel once in Switzerland, I think it was, and Dave came down to breakfast one morning and he seemed a bit pleased with himself. And we said, what's up? And he said, last night I trashed my hotel room. Nobody in our band had ever trashed a hotel room before. So we went, all right. And then we actually found out that what he'd really done was tear up a copy of The Guardian. And we made him tidy it up afterwards. So there you go. But that sort of happened. Into this extraordinary world of pop music we went, with all its rewards and all its excitements and all its sort of blandishments. Quite hard to be in a very successful pop band when what you've set yourself up to be is the vanguard of the revolutionary change sweeping Britain. Because actually the irony was we found ourselves to be almost kind of exemplars of Thatcherism, because there we were, young people, entrepreneurial, taking our product to market and so on. Certain sort of tensions in that. And there were, I remember once we were in as a name drop coming, sorry, we were in New York and we were recording an album and we were phoned up by Bruce Springsteen. Thank you very much. I know. And he had been asked by, there was a French anti-racist movement then. This was the era of the 1980s, the era of apartheid. Nelson Mandela was still in prison on Robben Island. So lots of artists around the world were getting together to try to get some change there. And so he was doing this big French concert to launch the French version. He said, would we want to join him? Live concert, Chateau de Vincennes, 150,000 people, broadcast live around the French-speaking world. Did we want to do it? Well, of course we wanted to do that. So off we went to Paris. And the night before the gig, there was a sort of French version of Newsnight. And they were decided they were going to have a live debate about pop and politics. Should they mix? Yeah, of course they could. So they asked us to go on. And I remember there was me and Jimmy, and then the sort of French Jeremy Paxman, and then a sort of right-wing newspaper columnist to give a different point of view, all in French but simultaneously translated. And the bloke asked a question like, well, can pop and politics really mix? What are you doing as a pop band that can really relate to the people who are living their lives in Soweto, in the townships of Johannesburg? And I said, well, we may seem to lead a life that's extraordinarily privileged and very distant from those lives, but it's not just about what you do, it's about what you believe. And we believe that wherever people are marginalised and put down and oppressed, wherever they are, that's where we are. And there was a pause, and then the French right-wing newspaper columnist said, I was behind you on Concorde yesterday. Hey-ho. Tensions inevitably became sort of unmanageable. I kind of blundered out of pop music in the 1980s. HIV/AIDS came along, you remember, 1985-86. That sort of changed everything for all of us. Got involved in activism around that, realised that making pop records, when lots of people were coping with an amazingly unforeseen tragedy like that, wasn't going to happen. And that was the thing that kind of switched me into... I kind of started going to church, very reluctantly, because although I'd been involved in church as a child, I'd never really believed any of it at all. And all of a sudden, it began to sort of make a sense to me. So I started going along to church, and then that sort of rather unusual change in direction happened. And I went off to university, did a theology degree, and found myself suddenly not getting ordained. I was going to get ordained, but instead I went to work for BBC Radio. My first programme, I was the agony aunt for Emma Freud's programme, produced by a young chap down from Manchester with red hair called Chris Evans, whatever became of him. There's still people walking around London with the psychological scars of my advice, I'm sure. Went from there to Radio 5, from there to Radio 3, but could never kind of shake off this conviction that actually something else was on the cards. Those of you who work in vocational work, you'll know what that's like. Something, in spite of everything else, in spite of your better nature, in spite of other things, calls you to do that thing. And that's what it was like for me. So at the age of 40, I walked away from radio and walked into this whole new career and found myself doing vicary things. I was first ordained, went off to Boston in Lincolnshire, just over the wash from Norfolk, of course. Learned a lot there about what it was like to live in a place like Boston, where lives can be very tough indeed and very marginalised. You know this. You work with people in that kind of world, I know. And then my next job was to go to the gritty inner city, and I became curate in St Paul's Knightsbridge, London SW1. Parking, nightmare. Brought me back to London, put me back on the radio. I was very comfortable doing that. But it soon sort of became obvious to me that another change was due. And I'd been due to go to another parish in central London in Mayfair, the Grosvenor Chapel, very posh, lovely parish, would have suited me nicely. But I answered an ad in the Church Times for St Mary the Virgin Findon in the Diocese of Peterborough, which is where I am now. And so, in spite of everything, I went up there for interview. They offered me the job, and I got it. Came back to London. A very good friend of mine at St Paul's Cathedral said, "Oh, I hear you're going to Mayfair." And I went, "No." He said, "Oh, where are you going?" I said, "Well, I'm going to St Mary the Virgin Findon in the Diocese of Peterborough." He looked at me and he said, "What did the bishop catch you doing?" An unlikely choice, but it's been the best choice, because I find myself now, and again, this is something that many of you will recognise, I think, I'm at the heart of a small community that, in spite of everything, continues to function. It's got the pulse, it's got the heartbeat that you find in places where community is strong, where people take care of each other and look out for each other. I know very well that in my parish, if someone is old, as if they're ill or if they're in need, they're going to be visited, whether they like it or not, and they're going to be looked out for and looked after. And I also know that the difference between a community that functions and a community which doesn't can be very fine. But you are part of the difference that ensures that those communities do function. You know better than I do how much we rely in our communities for the care that you provide and you give to people who otherwise would have lives that would just simply not be livable, or be lives of unimaginable hardship. And I know you do that with dedication and commitment and skill and professionalism and patience and good humour. And you do that on a good day, And you do it on a bad day too. And I applaud you for that, because you make a huge difference in the lives of lots of people. And I know that you don't get the recognition for that, which is another reason why it's very good for me to be here with you tonight. You give yourselves a round of applause. I should say, weirdly, when I did get the job at Findon, I'd only been in the parish for 2 weeks. And our parish archivist came round and he said, I've discovered something in the archive. And I said, what's that? And he said, 2 of your ancestors were vicars here from 1612 to 1645. I didn't even know. I'd sort of sniffed my way back to the place where I'd come from. And if that doesn't get me on who do you think you are, I don't know what will. Listen, folks, we're also here courtesy of the generosity of sponsors. A great big thank you to them. You know who they are. And I'm also happy to say that the event is being live streamed, thanks to Athena Care for their support to make that happen. So, also, we know watching the Norfolk Care Awards at home are, well, a shout out to staff, residents and relatives at Abbotswood. And a big meow out to Willow, Misty, Angel and Bob, their cats. Also having celebratory parties this evening, the Hamlet, Kevlin House, and Westfield's Residential Care Home. Big hello to everyone at Voyage Care. And extra hands would like to shout out to their staff service users supporting them from home tonight. So it's a very warm welcome to everyone indeed watching at home, to family and friends, and of course people who receive care and support. We hope they enjoy the evening too. Let's not forget all the wonderful staff who are working so that you can be here. But we're not just going to talk the talk about congratulating you on your achievements. We're going to walk the walk. We're here to give out some awards. And we come to the first of those awards, which is for effective coordination of end-of-life care. The organisation presented with this award has demonstrated they provide the best possible holistic end-of-life care and support to an individual and to that individual's family. All of the organisations doing that tonight may do excellent work and make a very real difference in end-of-life care to the people they serve. And the organisation who gets the award this evening was able to demonstrate that they're passionate about providing excellent end-of-life care. The award is sponsored by Gordon Barber Funeral Homes, and so from there I'd like to invite Rachel Barber to present the award. Hello, Rachel. How are you?
I'm honoured to be here again, celebrating the Norfolk Care Awards and particularly the excellent service that is being provided in our area. If a bricklayer was building St Peter's Cathedral hundreds of years ago and was asked, "What are you doing?" he might have said, "I'm laying bricks, just doing my job." Or he may have said, "I'm building one of the world's greatest cathedrals, a monument that will stand for centuries." That's a person with a mission. It's the kind of mission that the nominees clearly aim for themselves. A mission isn't something that is forced. It's larger and deeper than that, something you discover from within. By discovering your mission, you can make the goals you pursue yours. You can make sure you will be glad you achieved them, and you can make sure that not only your journey, but those affected by your journey will be enriched. A fundamental lesson that all great achievers teach us is this: do what you love to do. Whilst having the privilege of reading the background of the nominees' stories, it was clear to me that they do what they love to do, and that is provide exceptional care to those in need.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Okay, so here are the shortlisted finalists. Effective coordination of end-of-life care. Voyage Care, Pound Green Lane. Dimensions, Drayton High Road team. Ford Place Nursing Home.
And the winner of the effective coordination of end-of-life care is Ford Place Nursing Home.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted on behalf of Ford Place Nursing Home to accept this award. There's 10 staff here tonight. There's another 50 staff who could have represented our home. And this award is for our fantastic staff and for the many, many residents and families who this fantastic team have supported through the most difficult days of their life. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. And then the photographer's going to want to take some pictures. I'm going to go there. Hooray! Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Congratulations to Drayton High Road team. Ladies and gentlemen, our second award is for excellence in delivering dementia care. Now, this award is presented to an organisation that demonstrates they fully understand the needs of a person with dementia and provide the best possible care and support for that person and for their family. This award has been sponsored by Norfolk and Waveney's Sustainability and Transformation Partnership. I'd like to invite Dr. Liz Waddy to present the award. Liz.
Fantastic event this is. I feel really privileged to be invited here tonight to present this particular award because it's about a subject very close to my heart. I think it's likely that most people in this room will either have known or cared for someone with dementia, either in a personal or professional capacity. Just to put things in context, every year around about 220,000 people will be diagnosed with dementia. That's one person every 3 minutes. Now, we know that there are over 16,000 people with dementia in Norfolk, but many are still undiagnosed. And I'm hoping that with the support of all the wonderful people like you out there, we'll be able to reduce the stigma and get people to come forward and get the support that all of you so adequately provide. I'm a retired GP, and you know what a tricky bunch they can be. Let's face it, you must all have had some dealings with them. And I've had the good fortune to work with lots of inspirational people like yourselves over the years. I've got a real passion for trying to improve the quality of life for people with dementia, and equally importantly, for their carers. We do recognise that a lot of work still needs to be done in dementia care, and as part of the Sustainability Transformation Partnership, we're addressing this through a strategic dementia group, which has representation from health, social care, and the voluntary care sectors. And this committed and enthusiastic group of professionals are working together to look at improving the experience of someone with dementia, right from trying to reduce your risk of getting dementia through obtaining a diagnosis in a timely fashion, getting better support, and importantly, good end-of-life care. I think it's important to mention that this group has taken a lot of advice and engagement events across Norfolk and Waveney. Delivering the change is going to take time, but the work has started, and we already have a number of groups set up to lead on different aspects of the work. If anyone wants any more information about it, just a quick plug, There's a new Sustainability Transformation Partnership website which gives people the opportunity to become involved. Finally, and most importantly, I do want to acknowledge that a huge amount of good work is being done locally, and in great part by all of you. And I'd like to congratulate all of you here tonight for the amazing support you give this vulnerable group. In my mind, you're all winners.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the award for excellence in delivering dementia care, the shortlisted finalists are here. Independence Matters, Harford Hill. Kedlin House. Extra Hands of Heacham.
And the winner is Independence Matters.
Well, there's loads of people here, isn't there? Loads. Hello, I just want to say on behalf of Independence Matters, what a wonderful team here. I'm just really proud of everything you do. You're just brilliant. You're a great team and you just deserve this. You're always very creative, you're dynamic and you work so well together and you always go the extra mile and thank you so much.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Well, just step forward, have your picture taken, folks. Just step forward a bit. Lovely. We should get in it as well, I think. Scrunch in. Thank you very much. Thanks for it. Independence Matters, ladies and gentlemen. Our third award this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is for excellent person-centred care support. It's presented to an organisation that's demonstrated they're committed to delivering excellent person-centred care and that individuals receiving care and support are able to direct the care given to them. So the award is about putting people in charge of the care and support, the kind of care and support that they would like to receive. Lots and lots of nominations, one of the highest numbers in this category. And the judges said that this year there was an extremely high level of entries and the standards of nomination continues to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, this award has been sponsored by Anglian Training, and from Anglian Training I'd like to invite Kelsey Vinnell to present the award. Hello, Kelsey. Did I say your name right?
Vinyl.
Oh, cool. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
Hello. Anglian Training work with a number of care providers locally, and so we chose to sponsor this award as we really feel that person-centred care is what makes some of the care services fantastic. One of the things I want to stress before we give the award is I was on the judging panel, and I know all of the time when you have these awards, people say it was a really hard decision, but genuinely, as judges, we were disputing it between us. None of the decisions that we made were easy, and we spent a good 20-30 minutes just debating it once we'd gone through all of the applications, so all of you are winners.
I say the award for excellent person-centred care support. The shortlisted finalists are here. Doughties. Kevlin House. And Meadow House.
And the winner is Kevlin House. Wow, we're really pleased and honoured to win this award, and I'd just like to say thank you to Trace Sinclair for organising such an amazing event that rewards everyone for all the hard work that they do. My team are amazing, as always. They never let me down, and continue to do what you do, guys. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Sure, thank you.
I think we're in the picture as well, Kel. Move forward a bit, folks. There we go. Scrunch in. Hey! Well done. Kevlin House, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Kelsey, and sorry for mispronouncing your name. Kelsey Vinyl from Anglian Training. Our fourth award, ladies and gentlemen, is for collaborative working. No need to stress how important that is. It's presented to an organisation that works in partnership with others to improve a person's quality of life or access treatment to avoid hospital admissions and delay discharge. This award has been sponsored by the National Care Association, and so I'd like to invite the chair of that association, Executive Chair Nadra Ahmed, to present the award. Hi, Nadra. How are you?
Going well?
Very well. Well.
Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me back here again this year. It's an absolute privilege and an honour to be amongst people who actually do the work. You walk the walk, and we talk the talk on behalf of you, but without what you do on an everyday basis, there would be a real void in the care that's provided to some of the most vulnerable people in our community. I think we have to really look closely at the collaborative working, and this is a demonstration of it. The fact that there are sponsors here who have thought that they would be able to sponsor an event like this and actually celebrate care. The thought that you've got the local authority involved and they are putting their hand in there as well to celebrate care is in itself a huge collaboration. And I think it has to be celebrated, and it's celebrated really well in Norfolk. So I think you need to give yourself a huge hand here because you are fabulous people. So thank you for all that you do. And if in some small way we at National Care Association can have your voices heard at the national stage, that's what we're here for. So thank you very much.
So, the shortlisted candidates here for the Collaborative Working Award are Hassingham House, Lloyd Court North Care, Supported Care Service,
and the winner on this occasion is Hassingham House. say now? Yeah, okay. So this award for Hassingham House is absolutely amazing. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone that's helped us through this, for Kate and Irene, from care home practitioners, from the speech and language team, and for my head chef here, Carrie, who has worked tirelessly to make sure that all of our residents have the excellent nutrition and hydration that they need. Carrie, you say something.
Yeah. I just want to say something of what we're trying to do. I mean, I'm really trying to highlight, you mentioned about hospital admissions in the lead up to this, and it's something that we should be battling on the front line in kitchens with food. We should be nursing through food. Yeah. Hydration and nutrition is the key to health, and this is something we need to train and teach people these skills. Yeah. And this is still an ongoing project. We've not got there yet. We're still working on it. So hopefully we'll get there.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Come and have your picture taken.
In between, can you just ask the crowd to respect and quiet down a bit?
Okay. Yes, come. There we go. Well done, everybody. Bravo. Ladies and gentlemen, Hassingham House, collaborative working. Ladies and gentlemen, just respectfully remind you, if you could give us your attention, please, and respect the winners of this awards, we'd be very, very grateful. The fifth award, ladies and gentlemen, is for motivational leadership. It's given to a leader who inspires the team or the organisation they lead and takes the time to develop their team through effective mentoring. The winner is someone who understands the value of being a role model for the team in everything they do. Again, a lot of nominations were received for the award, and once again, really difficult to shortlist and for the judging panel to make a decision. Now, the award is sponsored by Archant, and from Archant, I'd like to invite Andy Orchard to present it.
Good evening, everybody, and a massive congratulations to all of you here tonight. It's incredible being in this room. The energy, the passion, the real care that you people deliver at frontline services and to generations of people from very young, early life, right the way through to our parents that need that care, our aunties, our uncles. You guys make the whole difference with everything that you do. And for that, we are extremely grateful. Have a brilliant night. Celebrate hard. Celebrate for your colleagues. But most importantly, thank you for everything you do.
For motivational leadership, the shortlisted nominees are here. Lisa Wise of Dedicated Care Limited. Helen Hill of Athena Care. Stacey Smith, All Care Community Support.
And the winner in motivational leadership is Stacey Smith from All Care Community Support.
Yeah, go on. I want to hear from you. No, everyone's with you.
I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all my staff for everybody that supported me over the 5 years of pushing ACS. And for everyone that's been nominated for this award, your staff must love you. So well done for everybody. So thank you. Thank you so much.
And then a picture. Can we just move to the centre a little bit? There we go. Well done. Hooray! Thank you. Well done. Stacey Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Our sixth award tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our sixth award promoting dignity and respect in everyday life. This award is presented to an organisation able to demonstrate that treating people with dignity and respect is a core value. It's not just about treating people who need care and support with dignity and respect, but also making sure that all workers and visitors are treated with exactly that same dignity and respect. All of the organisations shortlisted were passionate about doing exactly that. The award's sponsored by Cousins Hardy LLP, and I'd like to invite from Cousins Hardy, Claire Nelson, to present the award. Hello, Claire.
Well, firstly, it's an absolute privilege to be asked to present this award tonight, an award that sums up everything that we believe in at Cousins Hardy Solicitors. I just want to say a huge well done to all the finalists this evening, and I can't wait to open the envelope.
Shortlisted here for the Promoting Dignity and Respect in Everyday Life Award are Suncourt Nursing Home, Westfields Care Home, Norse Care, The Hamlet Charity,
And the winner is Suncourt Nursing Home.
I've got a really bad throat, so this might not be very good. I just want to thank my team and everyone that's supported us in doing this project, which is still ongoing. We've got a lot to do yet, but we're working towards it steadily, and we've organised all sorts of things to do with it. And everybody here, I'm sure, works towards dignity in their own environment. And I just think we're seeing the results of it coming forward, and it's in every level of care, from, as the lady just said, nutrition to just how we look after everyone and how we treat them independently and look after all their needs. And so well done everyone for being here anyway, and for our team. Thank you. Yes, and all of Suncourt, thank you.
Can you move to the front, folks, and we'll have a picture taken? Hooray! Suncourt Nursing Home, ladies and gents. Oh, thank you very much. The seventh award, ladies and gentlemen, not long now to the bar. I know you're thirsty, we all are. The seventh award is for delivering excellence through learning and development. It's presented to an organisation committed to supporting their workers to deliver excellent care and support, and to understand how important learning and development is in preparing workers to do that, to deliver the excellence you and your clients want. The organisations presented to the judging panel were able to demonstrate they really understood that for their workers and had an established programme of learning and development. The judging panel were impressed with the winning organisation's commitment to embed that into the culture of the organisation. Now, the award has been sponsored by City College Norwich and the University of East Anglia. And to present the award, I'd like to invite from City College Norwich, Emma Pandey, and from UEA, Kirsty Henry. Hello. Nice to see you. Hello.
I'm delighted to be presenting this award on behalf of City College Norwich. The college is proud of our continued support for the Norfolk Care Awards, which plays such a valuable role in recognising and celebrating the contributions and achievements of so many individuals and organisations in our amazing sector. As a college, we feel very fortunate that employees in the care sector consistently demonstrate exceptional commitment to learning and development, both of the existing workforce and the next generation of staff. We couldn't do what we do without the support of our employer partners, who provide invaluable work experience and on-the-job training to around 800 students and apprentices each year. To stand out in this category, the nominees and winners have truly stood out in the commitment to learning and development.
Just to add to that, the UEA, we are incredibly honoured and privileged to be part of this award, and very thrilled to be sponsoring this award. Likewise, learning and development is at the heart of everything that we do. And as a current learning disability nurse myself, I fully understand the efforts and challenges that you all face out there in everyday care. So it's an absolute delight to be saying to you, you better not. Thank you. Yeah, I'm ahead of myself.
So exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, shortlisted for delivering excellence through learning and development are the GSOL Group. Athena Care Homes. St John's Care Home.
Okay, and the winner is... I can't even open the envelope, I'm so excited. Athena Care Homes!
Wow. Thank you so much. And thank you to my fabulous team. Training and development is about two things. It's about showing people that you love them and showing them that you believe in them. And you need to do it every single day. Thank you very much.
You want to go to the front and get a picture taken? Come here to the front. There we are. Athena Care Homes, ladies and gents. The end is in sight, ladies and gentlemen, but we've got our 8th award now, and that is for the Rising Star. This award is presented to an individual who's recently begun to work in the health and social care sector. The winner has shown that they have the potential to develop in health and social care, and that they're committed to providing it to an excellent standard in the future. The judges said that every shortlisted nominee was a worthy winner, as they all had so many positive attributes, and all are a credit to the social care profession. Now, this award has been sponsored by the National Dignity Council, and to present it, I'd like to invite, from there, its chair, Jan Burns. Hello again.
Wow, what an evening. Don't you scrub up well? You look absolutely fantastic, and I can, like has already been alluded to, the atmosphere in here is just superb, and it's befitting for who you are and what a fantastic club do we belong to. A caring club. So give yourselves a clap. Well, I thought about what's a rising star, and I thought I'd put a bit of glitter on myself. But let's think about it. What is a star? It sparkles in the darkness. It's there when you might be at your, well, bleakest hour, and there comes through a shining star. Shh. Do remember where I'm from, dignity. It matters. Yes, it stands out and it twinkles. And you know those people. You know those people who are real shining stars. That when you see them, you know what a difference they make to people's lives. At the National Dignity Council, we say a champion is someone that goes the extra mile. And my definition and our definition of dignity is just three things. Someone who is kind, someone who's compassionate, and someone who treats people with respect. And I am sure that these worthy winners, and they are all winners, really have something that is outstanding about them. Yes, I was a shining star once, believe it or not. I was a Meals on Wheels driver. And I say I went from MOW to MBE. And that MBE stands for my bloody effort. Because when I was a Meals on Wheels driver and I was a very young worker, a care worker, well, Meals on Wheels driver out there with my blue checked overall, I went into people's houses, and when I saw how they lived, I thought, oh my goodness, how lonely, how unloved they were. People weeing in the teapot, people shouting at the TV. We talked about dementia this evening and people that haven't got anyone to support them who live alone. And they are having meals delivered in a tin. And that made me think, one day I will make a difference. And I thank goodness, and I thank God, there you go, Vicar. I thank God. Amen. I thank God that I've had the chance to do that. I have been in lots of positions. It's not about me this evening, but I just want you to know that where you start is not where you finish, because it carries on and on. And these shining stars, like you are, will be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rising Star shortlisted nominees are here. Tegan Burr from Abbotswood Lodge. Dean Forbes from Olive House. And from Taylor Care, Catherine Fitzgerald.
Shall we have a drum roll? Do us a drum roll. And the winner is Dean Forbes. Olive House.
I'd just like to say I'm really honoured to accept this award tonight. On behalf of my manager, Kerry, for actually putting me forward for this award. So I thank her. I work with a fantastic team of people down at Olive House, and everybody makes it the care home that we are. So thank you to everybody. It's not just about me tonight. Again, thank you to Claire and Tracy, obviously, for promoting these wonderful awards, and the sponsors who make it all happen. So thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Dean Forbes, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at our 9th award, the penultimate award. This is the Team Award. Together, everyone achieved more. It's presented to an organisation that's able to demonstrate excellent teamwork and provide examples of how the team has worked together to achieve more than they could have if they were working as a group of individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, I crave your attention, please. We're nearly at the end. Hey! We're nearly at the end. Having a great team around you in social care is really important. Delivering care is a really tough job, and a great team makes all the difference. The organisation being presented has an amazing team, inclusive of residents on a day-to-day basis, working together, achieving more. Norfolk County Council has generously donated a £1,000 training bursary to the winner of this category. And because it's donated, sponsored by Norfolk County Council, from NCC, I'd like to invite Councillor Sheila Gurney to present the award. Hi, Sheila. How are you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Reverend Cole.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here this evening to present the Team Award. This award has been sponsored by Norfolk County Council and reflects our recognition of the commitment of carers and care providers and the great work they carry out every day for Norfolk people. For this reason, our sponsored Team Award and also the last award, the Harold Bodmer Award, comes in the form of a trophy and a bursary, as Reverend Cole has already mentioned, to the value of £1,000. Norfolk County Council want the winning team to use this bursary to continue to learn good skills from the journey you have already started and to develop new skills and knowledge through the opportunity of educational training. Continual learning and development is critical for the independent sector, so we are really keen to encourage others to follow your example. So in advance, congratulations to the winning team. Enjoy your bursary. We want to know how you spent it. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, the shortlisted finalists in the Team Award are here. Chiswick House. Chiswick House. All Hallows Healthcare Trust. Nansa Adult Services. Sheila.
Thank you. I'm delighted to announce that the winner is Chiswick House.
Oh, well, I did not expect we will win this, but all my colleagues here believed we are going to win. And I think this is because we are a great team. It's because we always aim at working as a family, supporting each other. It's because we work for a great company, Black Swan, who always values our work and believes in us. This award will be big-time motivation, will be encouragement and rise in our enthusiasm for doing our best. Thank you to our area manager, Stephen, for nominating us. He was here on the stage last year and we are very proud of him. Thank you to all our directors. Thank you to Tom, Susan and Clive. Thank you to our colleagues who are at work now. And thank you, Norfolk Care Awards. Have a great night.
Chiswick House, ladies and gentlemen. "20 people to get off stage, folks. But again, I crave your attention for the last award in the Norfolk Care Awards 2019. This is the 10th award, Harold Bodmer Outstanding Contribution. Now, this award is made to an individual who's made a significant contribution to the advancement or development of care practices in the local area. The individual or organisation presented with this award will have demonstrated great personal commitment and dedication to the service they deliver and to care and support services across Norfolk. Again, Norfolk County Council has generously donated a £1,000 training bursary to the winner of this category. And so it gives me great pleasure to ask James Bullion from Norfolk County Council and Julie Bodmer to present the award. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you. Sorry, I didn't put you in Northamptonshire County Council.
It's an honour and a privilege to be invited once again to the Norfolk Care Awards. This is a wonderful event and I'm delighted to be able to present the Harold Bodmer Outstanding Achievement Award sponsored by Norfolk County Council. Harold's work here in Norfolk was such a huge part of his life. It means a lot to us as a family to have this ongoing association with you. Those of you who knew Harold would be aware that he was passionate about this event. It was important to him to recognise the contribution that care providers and carers make across the county. I was fortunate last year to be invited to observe and participate in some afternoon sessions provided for older people here in the county. I was touched to see the changes in a gentleman who had dementia. A singing activity enabled him to become engaged, smiling and singing with enthusiasm. His wife, accompanying him, was overjoyed at the transformation. She asked for a photograph so she could show their daughters his positive reaction and obvious enjoyment, something they rarely witnessed. It was a moving moment that I felt privileged to share. I was able to see at first hand a small snapshot mirroring the amazing work provided by everyone here tonight to those living in Norfolk. The Harold Bodmer Outstanding Achievement Award is given in memory of Harold, of the work he did, and importantly now, the work you all continue to do. It will be awarded this evening to a very special person or persons who has been nominated for this award. I think I mentioned last year that I felt Harold was very much with us tonight. I'm sure he's, thinking of us, supporting us here, and I know he would be so proud of each and every one of you. This has been said a lot before tonight, but all of you are winners in what you do. Thank you.
Well, hello. And what a fantastic evening. I'm very proud to be here and to stand alongside Julie Bodmer and in honour of our dear friend and former director, Harold Bodmer. I'm also incredibly proud of the care services in Norfolk, and I'm proud and humble to be your Director of Adult Social Services, or Director of Social, either way, I don't mind. So this event is about celebrating success and standing up for social care and combating the negative images that we see around care jobs and around care services, and saying that we are a positive part of our community and, in fact, our economy. More people work in care in Norfolk than many, many other sectors of our employment, more than tourism, more than agriculture. We are an incredibly valuable part of the local economy, as well as the work that we do with individuals and the care that you show to those people. I want to make another plug again for the Every Day is Different campaign that we launched this week with Lynn Romeo, the Chief Social Worker, who came to Norwich to promote the 15,000 vacancies that there are in East Anglia, 1,500 in Norfolk alone. So let's all go away from this event and mention those vacancies to at least 6 people and ask them to pass on to another 6 people that there are care jobs available and brilliant careers and positive and life-affirming careers in Norfolk social care. The winner of the Harold Bodmer Outstanding Achievement Award has been involved in care for over 35 years, runs a service in an ethical way that enriches people's lives and is renowned for excellent clinical standards. From a teaching background, the owner has created a learning organisation where staff are encouraged to develop skills and gain qualifications to the benefit of the home and themselves. Working closely with the University of East Anglia, they have been instrumental in bringing over 60 nurses into social care in Norfolk as part of a national Back to Nursing campaign. They've had a big impact on the local sector over the years, chairing the Registered Nursing Homes Association and the Committee on Norfolk Independent Care, campaigning for a fair price for care and raising the banner generally of the independent sector as providers of high quality care. So it's with great pleasure that the Harold Bodmer Award is presented to Tim and Jan Ledbetter of Suncourt Care Home.
It's almost impossible to say anything pertinent, but we've together, you don't half work hard, don't you? But it is enormously positive for us to have been to be in care for so long. We're proud of what Suncourt Nursing Home does, and we're delighted to be a part of such an important contribution to Norfolk's population. So thank you.
And we have a fantastic team around us.
Wonderful team.
Fantastic team.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Very well done.
Yes, pictures, I'm afraid.
Beaters.
Congratulations. The Lead Beaters, ladies and gentlemen. Well, folks, that's it. Thank you to everyone for attending. I hope you've had a lovely time so far. Remember, everyone here is, of course, a winner. And I'm delighted to be presenting the highly commended in each category with their awards in a specially prepared area at the back of the room. All highly commended finalists will be called and are asked to make their way there promptly when they hear their name called for a photo opportunity, folks. I would just say it's been wonderful to be here just for a day in Norfolk, but to be here and to see the kind of scope and range and quality and depth of the fantastic social care practice you offer. Special thanks to sponsors and judging panel members. Please make sure you enjoy the rest of the evening. Music will start after the highly commended have received their awards. Time to get another drink. Dancing finishes at 1. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.